Jeff, we probably need a few of those this morning for Will Ospreay and Bryan Danielson. Goodness gracious, they had an incredible performance on Sunday night. I had a chance to see it. I was thoroughly impressed. Some of the timing of some of the things they pulled off, I don't think will ever be replicated. You have said loud and proud for a long time here on the show that you felt like the best storyteller in the ring was Bryan Danielson, and he was head and shoulders above everybody else. You got to see the next big thing in Will Ospreay challenge him, and Will picked up the win. What did you think of the performance on Sunday night?
Speaking of video games, and that's where I think Bryan has always set himself apart, because as the time evolves, basketball evolves. We talked about Caitlin Clark a few weeks ago. What's Caitlin Clark? Why do I think she's a draw? I think she's the first female basketball player that you can really draw an analogy. Man, this girl looks like a video game player. She crosses half court and can launch it from anywhere. She can handle the ball, blah, 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 blah. Well, we saw that with Steph Curry. We see quarterbacks, we see point guards, we see Aaron Judge, we see the Dodger, Otani. We different athletes, just as the generations, they're bigger, faster, stronger, but they're just amazing. And we can easily draw the analogy of the video game. Well, I think Daniel Bryan has had the ability, and he can do all kinds of moves and all this, but to me, his timing and storytelling sets him apart. Well, then along comes Will Ospreay, and I'm not saying he's just come along, because he's been grinding and doing what he needs to do, and his Japan career speaks for itself. And now he stepped into the AEW world. I don't think athletic wise he has a peer. He can do things candidly that other guys can't. And I also think he does the subtleties and the nuances. So look, the matches already take place, but I'm still hyped about AEW, the brand. We presented a professional wrestling match that is, you can't see it anywhere else. I'm trying to think to give descriptors to it, but man, it was one for the ages. And as a promoter, Conrad, it's this simple. I can't wait to see the rematch.
I can't wait either. It was a fantastic match. I really enjoyed the show, and I tweeted out, man, what a show after the Danielson Ospreay match. I was really impressed with that and couldn't believe, wow, there's more after this. That wasn't even the last match. And I got blown up. I even got DM saying, it's not as good as WrestleMania. Who said it was? I'm allowed to like more than one thing. It's
tribalism. Well,
I never see anything like it, Jeff. I just don't understand why, if you like one thing, that means you hate everything else. What?
So I think Twitter, when did Twitter come out? 2008, 9, 10. Okay, it doesn't matter. But we're 15 years into, now it's called X. So I'm even dating myself. It's not even called Twitter anymore. But we're essentially 15 years in to that. And I know Instagram has a different audience, and the comments on there are a little bit different. And TikTok has their different platform, and Snapchat, and even the YouTube comments. And I know they all kind of have that different flavor. But when you kind of look at X's response to a heartfelt post like you put out, that you didn't, I don't imagine you did. I don't think you imagined, hey, I'm going to post this and I'm going to get some blowback, negative feedback. But on the other hand, everybody out there, let me say that, not everybody, there is a group out there that they love to assume, oh, Conrad's just stirring it up, I'll stir it right back at him, whether they believe it or not. It's become as fictitious as more fictitious as professional wrestling. So they gave you blowback because of that tweet.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Like I think you're allowed to like WrestleMania.
I mean,
It's not illegal. I don't. It's
what's
weird.
crazy
It's a weird thing, man.
Lawler Dundee, 82, hair versus hair. Dundee loses his hair, right? 6 months later, Lawler versus Dutch Mantell. Knockdown, drag out. Sold out house. Lawler wins, beats Dutch. Of course he does. Clean in the middle. Can you imagine a fan standing up saying, this is a bunch of bullshit? That ain't nothing like Lawler Dundee hair versus hair. This sucks. Like,
No.
did we?
It's crazy. Yeah, I don't understand it.
How about that?
Yeah, man, they had all that, and I'm hoping you guys have some good weather south of the border this weekend. It's been a while since you've wrestled in AAA. What's the last time you wrestled down there?
Oh gosh, it was here is a little inside baseball, pardon the pun, and we're going to be at the Monterey Baseball Stadium. The last time I was there was 2 years ago in Monterey Baseball Stadium, which was just kind of a unique deal. It is, if you remember correctly, the year 2022, I started off in
GCW.
Game Changer Wrestling. I did a little dip in NWA as a special referee. I did AAA. I appeared at the baseball stadium, did an in-ring segment with the Queen, and the Latin Lover was there, and Vampiro, and things got salty. They got real salty, and then they even got even more saltier backstage. But now, not long after that, I went back to the WWE, and then we did that little thing called Ric Flair's Last Match. And then by the end of the year is Full Gear. Me and Jay Lethal and Satnam Singh and Sanjay take it on Darby Allin and Sting. So 2022 was quite the year. But no, that is the last time I was there. And now to be coming back, all this came down the pike pretty quick. And to have the opportunity, it's really cool. And we talked a little bit about last week. We've put together, and I say we collectively, an 8-man. We're an 8-man, so we put together a team of 4: Satnam Singh, Parker Boudreaux, and then when you get the next 2 guys that I've known a long time, QT Marshall, and QT is probably been in the ring at the school and learning the ropes with Satnam maybe more than anybody. And then Sam Adonis, who I've always, and you too have been a huge fan of. The guy can just flat out go. Highly entertaining, but the team put together, and I'll just say in Mexico, they like to refer to me as the King of the Mountain. And so the King is returning. Ray is returning to the baseball stadium on Triple Mania. What an incredible card it has put together. Nick Nemeth, formerly known as Dolph Ziggler, taking on Del Rio for the vacant Mega Championships. Vikingo out because of injury, so they vacated the title, and Vampiro is doing his last match in Monterey, and we could go all the way through it. But I'll get social media and get it to the ad-free team and get it for everybody. We'll get that link out, but it's going to be it's really cool to go back down there. Been going down there and working with those guys for 20 years now, so pretty cool. And Monterey is always a fun city to go to. Excited about that, pal.